Time, though, there is a call to action for bystanders of hate crimes to help prevent the growing number of attacks on Asian Americans. Two women were the victims of the most recent in Midtown earlier this week. You can see in this video right here, they were assaulted by a woman with a hammer. It happened about a block from an attack on a Filipino woman last month outside of a luxury high-rise. Well, this morning we are joined by community activist and executive director of the Chinatown Business Improvement District, Wellington Chen, who actually, Wellington, I understand you had your own brush with an attacker or a close call. Good morning. Thanks for being with us today.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. As you know, I'm lucky to be still here. I came within a couple of feet I was the only witness to a stabbing. Someone plunged an 8-inch butcher's knife to a young Asian man's back for no good reason. And that is happening right in the heart of Chinatown, the famous Martin Scorsese area called Paradise Square on Wall Street, right in front of the courthouse.
Wellington, I mean, just listening to that, I mean, I can still hear that it has a profound effect on you. One, it's awful that it happened. Two, what do you do watching that? I mean, what went through your mind? And I'm sure you were scared that maybe you would be next.
Yes, I mean, you're absolutely correct, Betty. If I were walking 2 steps faster, that knife would have been in my chest. You can see on the bottom of the screen, I was there. And this man ran right behind me. And you can see the young man, poor man, is suffering there. And so it's one word. I mean, it's just 2 words, too close for comfort. And I always say, regardless of your Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris, or Sylvester Stallone, you never had a chance that night, because I thought the young man was just jogging, running fast, and catching up to somebody he knew was going to tap him on the shoulder. So I didn't realize. And you can see on your video right now, the fire department had to come and hose down all the blood away from the sidewalk. And I feel so sorry for that young man and his fiancée. His life has not barely began, and this is a life-altering event. Neither him, his fiancée, or me will ever forget, and because we'll never forget the evening.
Absolutely, and he's lucky just to be alive, because in many of these attacks, people do not survive. We have one man who's still in a coma. So since last weekend, there have been, about a half dozen attacks on Asians across the city, despite increased community patrols and undercover NYPD officers. So what steps are you taking to help raise awareness across these communities, not just in the Asian communities, but for others to help?
Yeah, and one of the things that I'm so delighted that WPIX Channel 11 is doing this is because we need to take to the air to let people know what I call the 694. All the Asian combined in this city is only 6% in the nation, 14% in this city. We need the other 90-some percent to intervene, or to detract, to document, to diffuse the tension, to delegate, especially to document, and to call for help. And
yeah,
so
I want to put that on the screen while you're talking about it, because these are your steps that people can take. Again, it's distract, it's
right.
Delegate, document
Yes.
it, delay, and direct.
Yes.
And this is how other people can help in this, right? Because
right.
a lot of people think, oh, this is an Asian issue. No, it's a human issue.
Exactly. And you would not want that happen to your loved ones, whether it's your brother, your sister, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. And so this is, we are all in this together, because an attack on one, as Dr. King said, is attack on all. And I'm very pleased that the Anti-Defamation League, the National League for Action, all of them have taken steps, as well as the president just ordered in Congress. But, as the Chinese have an old proverb, a dark arrow coming out of the darkness is very hard to defend, because you don't know which angle it's coming from. And we are outnumbered, and so we really need people. For example, when you say distract, for example, if 2 people are starting to raise their tension and trying to getting into altercation, there are ways like the Human Rights Commission on their website have these techniques, and you should go through the training of the 5D training. For example, you can say, "What station is this? Does anybody know what time it is?" And both of them will have to then get distracted and take a look and just say, "Oh, what time is it? Or what station is this?" And so any way you can do that, or just to delegate and say, somebody call help, somebody block the door, don't let this fail. And echo If somebody say, "Hey, leave him alone," you say, "Yeah, leave him alone." So there's, instead of a single isolated individual being harassed, being attacked, that there is a strength in numbers, and
Right.
the more people that stand up and just say, "Hey, stop it! This is not right," or I feel hurt. This is so these
Yeah,
types
there's
of
some
things.
simple things that people can do. In the interest
Yes.
of time, though, Wellington, you've got a lot of really good, tangible information. I appreciate you putting that out there for our viewers.
Yes.
But let's talk
Yeah.
about these volunteer foot patrols. They're a regular sight in communities. Talk about the
Right.
Safe Walkers and the Yellow Whistles project.
Yes, I had to thank so many people coming to the aid. There are people that are now knowing that if you're feeling uncomfortable coming out of the subway station to either to walk your apartment to or to walk to any place you need to go, they will walk with you. Guardian Angel is there, as well as Fifth Precinct has the auxiliary police. And NYPD, God bless them, now have anti-Asian task force. Also have undercover uniform. Their community assistant unit is there. You may not recognize them because they are also may not be in uniform, and also strategic response unit, as well as the yellow whistle, which is a bunch of ladies that are trying to get whistle so that we can call alert. Anytime you hear a whistle, means somebody is in distress. 68% or more of the victims are Asian women. So we're really counting on you to help these petite ladies, because just in San Francisco, the day before, 85-year-old got stabbed, and
Yeah.
another 25-year-old got stabbed. So these randoms they're random out of nowhere. Sorry.
That's okay. You're right. They're random. They're out of nowhere, and it's a
Yeah.
community that is outnumbered. They need help, and it's going to be on all of us to speak up, speak out, and do our part. Wellington Chen, thank you so much for joining us today. I'd love to have you back on too, because we're going to continue to follow this story very closely.
Thank you very much
Very
for
helpful
letting the public
information.
know. Really appreciate this. Thank you.
Absolutely. Take care.